Hi, how's it going? Today is the fourth day of the apply of the Brazilian accent improvisation method. If you didn't see the lives before, I've done 3 lives where I took one song. I've chosen a frevo called Nino ou Pernambuquinho. I learned the melody in the first day. On the second day I learned the harmony and I've talked about the rhythm. In the third I joined melody with harmony. If you play just melodic instruments you can do separately. In the third day I've done some review of the song and I started to working some kinds of improvising works. One of them was about the notes, the chord notes, improvising using the chord notes, and the other was about extracting ideas from the theme. Alright, extract rhythmic ideas from the theme to get more language. And all the sections I recommend you to start during a revision of the song and work in the difficult parts and the sometimes can be difficult of execution and other times can be non-intuitive parts where you commit mistakes frequently. So I always recommend you to go direct to the point where there exists these mistakes. All right, I'm gonna put the score for you, and I'm going to make the review of the song. Again, my pop songs. All right. So I won't read. I'm gonna close my and I'm gonna remind what is the song. It's not on. Let's start. So it goes to the second part. I was not expecting to be so much better than it's today. Let's do one more time. That is just one little doubt at the end of the first ending. I have to read the rhythmic. I think it's a syncopation on the first ending, but it's interesting to don't have doubts about that. Where is it? If I lose the page, I've lost the page. It's a syncopation, so I'm right. All right, so let me train just 3 times. Alright, very nice. I won't lose the page again if I need some consult. Let me to the second part. I think this is very good. Right, much better than yesterday. It's not perfect, but better than yesterday. One part that I think one thing in the right hand, another thing in the left. They are creating some confusion in my mind. So I'm gonna work on it. I'm gonna just do one more time and show you. The important things of today that I think this chord, I'm thinking the melody in the arpeggio of G7, but I'm playing D half diminished and after that G7. So 3 times. I have the will of playing A flat here. And it's not, it's arpeggio of G7 without the flat 9th. I've made 3 times, alright? So I'm gonna review the same point that I done yesterday. That was a counterintuitive part for me. It's the last measures. That has different chords of my expectations. Oh, sorry. One more time. These are the 2 parts I have to work on this B section. All right. Again, I like to do 3 circles of 3 tries. All right. Let's do the second cycle. All right. Second time. And third time. Much more natural, and again the last measures now to make this counterintuitive chords. If you remind, I started this yesterday. Alright, now I'm gonna return to the first part that I studied, a little some measures before. Let me see how many measures before to you read with me. I'm gonna play starting by the measure number 23. Oh, nice. I'm not thinking now. It's much easier now to think. Alright, one more time. Nice. Again, at the end. Alright, one more time. And one more time. From behind. This part is not intuitive yet, alright? So I'm gonna rest my mind playing other parts of the frevo. I'm gonna show the whole image for you. Let's go out of the screen. Alright. So let's play it a little from the beginning and rest the mind. My battery had problems, and you could lose could have lost my execution. That was everything happened. I don't know if in the second try it's gonna happen again, but I won't stop this recording till you see what's happening, with the truth of what's happening to me. I didn't commit any mistake on the melody in this first try, but there's no problem if I commit now. But let's do a second try. Was not perfect like the previous version, but I've mistaken in this last phrase, and there was one mistake, I don't remember where, but it happened. I think in the B section. I don't remember now, but I think it was. Oh, no problem. It doesn't matter. But note that it's so stronger. There are parts that I still think that I can commit a mistake. I'm not, but my hand does the whole job. So this is what I expect of the appliance of this way of studying. All right. And even me, that I know the method, I'm always impressed with the results. It's much lots of I'm sorry, I lost the language. Sometimes I forget how I speak English, but there are some days I get surprised with the results. I think it's not gonna work today, but when I do the method, it works very well. You can see that it's an interesting result for the fourth day playing a song with more or less 14 minutes of study. It's not more than that. All right. And for you that are beginning, you can start with simpler songs. You can sometimes make this process take more days to do it, and we can adapt it with different realities this method, but it works for everybody. Let's continue. Now I'm gonna study a little of the improvise, and I want to improvise using, I'm gonna do more or less 15 minutes of study. I like sometimes to study 15 minutes in the chronometer, but here I don't have because my cell phone is being used, so I'm gonna do more or less. And so I'm gonna study in a slow tempo. I'm choosing 60, and we're gonna do that bridge before. We finished this. a thing that I'm doing by myself, that I'm using the flat ninth in the different dominant chords. This is a common and the language of frevo, the dominants with the flat ninth. It's a particularity of the melodies of frevo that you can apply in the arpeggios. So I think the arpeggios or G7 with this different note. Alright? So let's try to continue going up 5 and 5 points in dots in the metronome. Let's try this phrase. I'm gonna go in 5 and 5. 125 now, and I've studied for 80 minutes for more or less. Let's see how many minutes, but I'm in... So I did my session studying the improvise. Other thing you can, if you are starting to develop your capability, I use notes of the chord, but you can include passing tones For example, if you're in G minor, you can create a way between the G and the B flat, and a way between B flat and D. So you can create like a scale. Right? This could be a second step for you. To rest a little, I'm gonna review the whole flavor, right? Here, all right, some details that I have to improve, but I've talked about the language also. And what could we do now that I'm studying improvise the phrase? I'm gonna study a little of the connecting tones, using passing tones between the chord notes. Let's I want to use the metronome now, but I'm gonna play slower. This is an interesting idea that I couldn't execute. So you can return and try to correct the idea. This is gonna create more in the next time you're thinking that you are more capable of doing that phrase. So this was a little study of the connecting tones. So if you have difficulties, let me simulate this also. You can try to do it slowly in less chords. For example, just in D7. I'm gonna connect it. Between the chord notes. I also used the connection between the 7th and the flat 9th. It's also possible. So you study just with the chord notes, and sometimes you do connections. For example, it's easy, you can go to one more chord, G minor. I prefer in this case you choose the connection between the root and the third, and with the third and fifth. With the 7 doesn't sound, that doesn't sound so much in the language of frevo. So you work just not chord notes. Start joining then. And if you have difficulties, just work on these two chords. you can just study 15 minutes, increasing the amount of chords you are working on. If you are having difficulties, just work in 2 chords and there is no problem. Other section I think would be interesting to practice. It's to practice some things that are common to the language. For example, the mordents, chromatic mordents that are common in frevo. So if you have difficulties to applying the different chords, you can stop and do. Play the whole extension of your instrument and apply to the chords. And you have to thing that's important is to evaluate your level. If you have difficulties to thinking just one chord, you stay just in one chord at this 15 minutes repeating, and you're gonna have some instruments can have more difficulty in the higher octaves, so you work on it. If you don't have time, don't have the need to practice, you can start applying on the theme, on the improviser. I'm sorry. Doing some chords of just one idea. It is gonna help me to play technically that idea. It's not for having a good sound. My search is not for statics at this moment, but the development of my capabilities of doing this kind of sounding sound in what place I want. All right. So you can work in chords, different chords. I'm sorry, I'm mistaken that form. Interesting idea in frevo, it's there are some resolutions of the melodies that I found at the beginning of the melody. This is a common ending at the phrase. I can work inside the chords. So I've practiced, and when you feel more comfortable doing this, during the chords, you can start working in phrases with that ending, for example. is another phrase that's common in the language of frevo. This chromatism to start phrases or to end phrases. You can work on these ideas that are present on the course, and I recommend you to work 3 ideas a day, and you can join them at the end of your practice. So let me review. This ends of phrases, this chromatic phrase, and this mordant. So let's make some improvise that uses these 3 ideas mixture. That was a chorus that I applied all the ideas, and to end this live I'm gonna do some review of the whole song with some improvise. I'm gonna try to play all that I learned this week, alright? Oh no, sorry. interesting. And continue. So for today, that's it. Today we've studied revision. Always important to do this. Improvise on the chords, increasing the tempo, and after that some connection between chords if you are starting to improvise, and at last I've studied some phrases of the language. These are very important to increase your capability of playing with the accent. Alright, I hope you have enjoyed, and tomorrow we are gonna have the last day of this process of 5 days studying applying the Brazilian accent improvisation method. Alright, if you have some doubts, if you want me to show more details of one part of the process, for more quick tips and lives in the Brazilian accent improvisation. I'm Luciano Ruas, and see you tomorrow. Obrigado, tchau.